This is once again Hariva Prasad Damarla. In this session, we will discuss about the GSM services and the GSM channels. The GSM service, that is the services offered by the GSM network to the subscribers, are classified into three categories. One is bearer services, the second one is tele services, the third one is supplementary services. We will discuss one after the other. Bearer services. Bearer services provide the subscribers to send and receive data to and from remote computers or mobile phones. For this reason, they are also known as data services. Bearer services are also called data services because they provide the subscribers the facility of sending and receiving the data via computers or mobiles. These services enable the data transmission between GSM and other networks like PSTN or ISDN. GSM facilitates data rate of 300 bits per second to 9600 bits per second based on the network conditions. So through GSM, we can achieve data transmission from 300 bits per second to 9600 bits per second. So depending upon the network conditions, it may vary anything in between 600 bits per second to 9600 bits per second. The examples for bearer services are like email, voice mailbox, and internet access. Then the second one is teleservices. The second service provided or facilitated by GSM network is teleservices. So what are these teleservices? Number one, telephony. So the main goal of GSM was to provide voice communication. The first and foremost purpose of GSM mobile network is to provide voice communication, to provide voice on mobility. Then the second service, teleservice rather to say, is emergency number. This service is free of cost and mandatorily provided by all the service providers. The same number is used throughout the GSM area. So these services, the emergency services, the emergency numbers are accessible to all the users with no cost, and it is must on the part of the telecom service provider to facilitate this service. So the number is uniform throughout the GSM area. Here I have given some examples. That is police 100, railways 139, emergency 112, and so on. The third type of teleservices what we can get from GSM is short message services, SMS. This service offers transmission of text messages of sizes up to 160 alphanumeric characters. So you can send SMS. We are all very much familiar with this. So the maximum characters or the combination of characters and numbers is limited to 160. So you cannot send more than this in a single SMS. If you are sending more than 160, so it will be sent as second SMS. fax mail service. This service using modems. So for fax service, they use modems, modulators and demodulators. Fax data is transmitted as digital data over the telephone networks. Fax facilitates to send digital data over a telecom network, or in our case in the GSM network. So with the help of modems. Then the third type of GSM services, they are known as supplementary services. GSM provides certain supplementary services, and they are user identification or calling line identification, call redirection and forwarding, which are not available in analog mobile networks. We all know that when someone calls you, his number is displayed on your mobile screen. That is called user identification or calling line identification. Suppose if you have saved his telephone number already with his name, so his name is displayed on your mobile. So this facility is known as CLI facility, calling line identification. And it also facilitates call redirection and forwarding. So sometimes you can set your phone, mobile phone, for call redirection and forwarding. So under the condition, suppose you are not in your GSM coverage area. So in that case, you can say if I am on out of coverage area, so the call may be directed to some other alternate number. You can provide that number and the call goes or redirected to the call diverted number in case you are not accessible. And you can also set, if it is required, which is not that much desirable, when you are busy, let the call be directed to some number. So these facilities are not available in analog mobile networks, that is in first generation networks. In addition to the above facilities, the standard ISDN features such as closed user groups, CUG, and multi-party, that is conference call communication. So an organization consisting of some 1,000 employees or users can take 1,000 bulk connections, so at a nominal price. So within the conversations or the calls within this group, the 1,000 users group is not charged extra except the fixed amount already paid while taking the service. Then there is another facility called conference call communication. This also we are very much familiar with this service as a user. When you are speaking with someone else, if you want to add another user or subscriber into your group for communication, so you can add another person or you can add one more person. Like that, you can go on adding people depending upon the restriction bar facility provided to you, and we can all communicate together as a group communication. Now, having understood to some extent about GSM services, now we will look into the types of GSM channels. So we will see the introductory part of GSM channels. In telecommunication, a channel refers to a physical transmission medium like wire or a wireless medium like radio channel. So channel means it is a physical media like wire, or it may be a wireless media like radio channel. In GSM, the channels used in the air interface is divided into two categories. So here we are referring to channels. The channels are in air interface. That means the interface between the mobile station and the base stations. They are classified into two categories. One type, they are known as physical channels. The second type, they are known as logical channels. So we will try to understand the characteristics of physical channels and the logical channels as well. So in the types of channel, physical channel is the medium which carries the information, that is GSM time slot. We know in GSM the user gets a time slot based on TDMA, time division multiple access. So therefore a time slot in a frequency is known as GSM physical channel. Then coming to logical channel contains the details of the information carried by the physical channel. That is the digital data bits in the time slots. We already know that physical channel means GSM time slot. So logical channels means the information contained in the GSM time slot is known as logical channels. The details of the information bits, the types of the information bits, they are known as logical channels. Logical channels indicate the details of the data in the GSM time slot, details of the data in the physical channel. So same thing depicted here, types of channels, physical, logical. Physical channel is nothing but the pair of radio frequencies and the time slot, that is one of the 8 time slots, and is used for the communication between mobile station and base station. So the physical channel is on a radio frequency and it is one of the 8 time slots in both the directions, that is in uplink as well as in the downlink, that is from MS to BS or BS to MS. Then coming to logical channels, logical channel is either user data during the call or the signaling information for the communication between the MS and BS. So as far as the logical channel is concerned, it is nothing but the user data in the time slot, or it may be the signaling or controlling information between the communication between the mobile station and the base station. So it refers to user data or it refers to the signal information between the MS and BS. Then we will further classify the logical channels. Logical channels are classified into two categories. One is the traffic channels, the other one is the control channels. Control channels are nothing but signaling channels. Then traffic channel. Traffic channels carry a digitally encoded user speech or user data and have identical functions on both the forward link, that is downlink, and reverse link, uplink. So it is nothing but user speech or users data. So they are carried in both uplink and downlink, and it is symmetrical, identical. Then coming to control channel, or the signaling channel. So the information is given like this. Control channels carry signaling and synchronization commands between the base station and the mobile station. So it carries the signaling as well as the synchronization commands between base station and mobile station. Certain type of control channels are defined for either forward or reverse direction. So the control channels, they fall under three categories. One is both way. They are used for uplink as well as downlink. But some control channels are used only for downlink. Some control channels are used only for uplink. So there are three types of this as far as the direction is concerned. It may be bidirectional, or it may be uplink, or it may be downlink. Now we will try to understand the traffic channels and under logical channels. So here also the traffic channels are classified into two types. One is full rate channels. The second one is half rate channels. GSM traffic channels may be either full rate or half rate and may carry either digitized speech or user data. So it may be a full rate or half rate, and they carry either speech information or the data information. When transmitted as full rate, user data is contained within one time slot per frame. When transmitted as half rate, user data is mapped onto the same time slot but sent in alternate frames. So full rate means in each and every frame user data is sent. But in case of half rate, because it will support only 50% of the rates when compared to the full rate, therefore it is sent in alternate frames. But here what we have to note is on the same time slots. So in alternate frames also it has to send on the same time slot. Once a time slot is picked up, the same time slot is to be followed in the alternate frame also. That is, two off-rate channels users would share the same time slot but would alternatively transmit during every other frame. So in case of half-rate channels, suppose user 1 is sending his data in frame number 1 and 3, user 2 data will be sent on frame number 2 and 4. Just I have taken 4 frames as an example, but in all the frames the time slot is same. So alternate frames we have to send the data in case of off rate. Then under the traffic channels, so we will discuss about the details of the full rate traffic channel. Further, the full rate traffic channel can be broadly classified into two categories. Either it may be full rate speech channel or it may be full rate data channel. One is pertaining to speech, other one is pertaining to data communication. The following are the full rate speech and data channels. Full rate speech channel, which is abbreviated as traffic channel, TCH, which stands for traffic channel. FS, full rate. S stands for speech. The full rate speech channel carries user speech, which is digitized at a rate of 13 kbps. So here the channel data rate, digitized data rate is 13 kbps. 13 kilobits per second in full rate. With GSM channel coding added to the digitized speech, the full rate speech channel carries a total data of 22.8 kilobits per second data. So apart from this digitized coding, so there will be additional bits for channel coding. So when you add digitized voice 13 kbps with GSM channel coding data, so the total bit rate goes to 22.8 kilobits. This is the rate at which the data transfer takes place in the air interface between the user, mobile user, and the base station. Then full rate data channel. So it supports 9600 bits per second. That is the maximum limit. So it is abbreviated as TCH traffic channel, F for full rate, 9.6 indicates 9.6 kilobits per second. The full rate traffic data channel carries raw user data sent at 9600 bits per second. The actual data it can carry is 9600 bits per second only. With additional forward error correction and coding applied by the GSM standard, the 9600 bits per second data is sent at a rate of 22.8 kilobits per second. So this 9600 bits per second of raw data plus forward error correction bits and GSM coding all put together, it is once again 22.8 kilobits per second. Now, under the traffic channel, we will discuss about the off-rate traffic channel. So, like in full rate, here also it is classified into off-rate speech channel, off-rate data channel. Off-rate speech channel. So, TCH traffic channel, H stands for off-rate, S stands for speech. The off-rate speech channel has been designed to carry digitized user speech, which is sampled at a rate of the full rate. That is, half of the full rate means 13 kbps by 2. That is at a rate of 6.5 kilobits per second. With GSM channel coding added to the digitized speech, the off-rate speech channel carries 11.4 kilobits per data. So it is 50% of the full rate, that is 22.8. Here also it is 11.4. So including the channel coding, the data rate is 11.4 in case of off-rate speech channel. Now we will see off-rate data channel. So the raw data is of 4800 bits per second. So here the abbreviation is TCH traffic channel, H stands for off rate, and 4.8 stands for the maximum bits that we can transmit is 4.8 kilobits per second or 4800 bits per second. The off-rate traffic data channel carries raw user data at a rate of 4800 bits per second. With additional forward error correction and coding applied by the GSM standard, the 4800 bits per second data is sent at a rate of 11.4 kbps. So when compared to the full rate data channel, it is 50% of it. So this is the rate at which the MS and the BS transmit between these two in the air interface. So far in this session, we have discussed about GSM services, and we have seen a part of GSM channels. So we have seen about the traffic channels, full rate and off rate. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. This link is provided here. So thank you. We will discuss the balance of the signaling channels or control channels in the next session.